Good evening, you're watching India First. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Big story coming in. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has submitted a letter to the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, C.P. Radhakrishnan. And Amit Shah in this letter has listed out unacceptable conduct towards India's national song Vande Mataram in the past. And India Today has accessed that letter and its contents sent by Union Home Minister Amit Shah as a record of facts stated in his speech on Vande Mataram in Rajya Sabha. This letter came after Congress Party Member of Parliament, Jairam Ramesh. He requested that Amit Shah, whatever he said, be authenticated, and that authenticated information about unacceptable incidents related to showing disrespect to the national song are submitted to Parliament to be placed on the table of the House, which the Home Minister had mentioned during his speech on the national song. So this list that India Today has accessed, it spans across multiple parties over multiple years from 2018 to 2025. And the parties, from the Congress Party to the Samajwadi Party to their leaders refusing to sing Vande Mataram, to state leaders objecting to its recital at official functions, at official events, from leaders of National Conference to RJD. So let me now get you that entire list here on India Today. The list includes names of Congress Party MP Imran Masood and National Conference leader Aga Syed Mehdi, and from Samajwadi Party MP Shafiqur Rahman Bark to Madhya Pradesh Congress MLA Arif Masood. The Home Minister's list carries two instances in the past 24 hours. Two specific instances mentioned just in the past 24 hours. For example, on the 8th of December 2025, Congress Party MP Imran Masood refused to sing Vande Mataram. He cited his religious beliefs, even the first two stanzas. On 8th of December 2025, again, National Conference leader Aga Syed Mehdi refused to sing the national anthem during the parliamentary discussion. Then in 2019, Samajwadi Party MP Shafiqur Rahman Bark, during his Lok Sabha oath-taking ceremony, and subsequently said he will not sing the Vande Mataram. In 2025, Ziaur Rahman Bark supported his grandfather's stance and said he too will not sing Vande Mataram, the national song. Even the two stanzas, the truncated national anthem, the national song, not even the truncated national song. In 2018, there's one more instance. Only one stanza of Vande Mataram was sung at a Congress rally, not even two stanzas. Organizers saying they were waiting for Rahul Gandhi to arrive. In 2019, Madhya Pradesh Congress MLA Arif Masood refused to sing the national song. Again, he cited religious reasons, not even these two stanzas. 2022, Siddaramaiah in Karnataka instructed workers not to sing Vande Mataram at a Constitution Day event. 2025, the Samajwadi Party demanded that the order mandating Vande Mataram in Maharashtra schools be withdrawn. Again in 2025, RJD MLA Saud Alam refused to stand during the national song in the State Assembly. Amit Shah, as the Home Minister of India, while on this debate, he urged all these facts be included in the official record of Rajya Sabha. Listen in.
वंदे मातरम की स्वर्ण जयंती हुई 1937 में। तब जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी ने वंदे मातरम के दो टुकड़े कर उसको दो अंतरों तक सीमित करने का काम। कांग्रेस पार्टी की 50वें साल में जो एक प्रकार से वंदे मातरम का महिमा मंडन करने की पद्धति थी, मान्यवर 50वें पड़ाव पर वंदे मातरम को सीमित कर दिया गया। वहीं से तुष्टीकरण की शुरुआत हुई और वो तुष्टीकरण जाकर देश के विभाजन में मान्यवर मेरे जैसे कई लोगों का मानना है कांग्रेस पार्टी को पसंद आए ना आए, अगर वंदे मातरम के तुष्टीकरण की नीति के तहत दो टुकड़े न करते तो देश का बंटवारा नहीं होता और देश पूरा होता। 50 साल के बाद वंदे मातरम 100 साल का हुआ। सबको था कि 100 साल मनाए जाएंगे, 100 साल मनाए जाएंगे, मगर 100 साल हुआ तब वंदे मातरम का महिमा मंडन का सवाल ही नहीं था, क्योंकि वंदे मातरम बोलने वाले जो सारे लोग थे उनको इंदिरा जी ने जेल में बंद कर दिया। इस देश में आपातकाल लगाया गया, आपातकाल लगाया गया। विपक्ष के लाखों लोगों को, लाखों समाज सेवियों को, स्वयंसेवी संगठन के लोगों को जेल में भर दिया गया। कोई कारण के बगैर अखबारों पर ताले लगा दिए गए, यहां तक कि आकाशवाणी में उस वक्त एक ही माध्यम था, आकाशवाणी में किशोर कुमार की आवाज ही नहीं आती थी, ड्यूएट गाने भी लता जी की आवाज में ही आते थे। मान्यवर, पूरे देश को जब वंदे मातरम 100 साल का हुआ, पूरे देश को बंदी बनाकर रख दिया। कुछ लोगों को इसमें दिखता है कि बंगाल में चुनाव आने वाला है, इसलिए वंदे मातरम की चर्चा हो रही है। वो वंदे मातरम के महिमा मंडन को बंगाल के चुनाव के साथ जोड़कर कम करना चाहते हैं। ये सही है कि वंदे मातरम की रचनाकार बंकिम बाबू बंगाल में पैदा हुए, बंगाल में गीत की रचना हुई, और आनंद मठ जिसमें बाद में वंदे मातरम समाहित हुआ, उसकी पृष्ठभूमि भी की बंगाल थी। मगर जब वंदे मातरम का प्रकटीकरण हुआ, वंदे मातरम बंगाल तक सीमित नहीं रहा था, देश तक भी सीमित नहीं रहा था। दुनिया भर में जहां पर आजादी के दीवाने थे, वो गुप्त बैठक भी करते थे तो पहले वंदे मातरम का गान कर बैठक हुआ। और आज भी सरहद पर हमारा जवान जब अपना सर्वोच्च बलिदान देता है, ये आंतरिक सुरक्षा के लिए देश के पुलिस का जवान सर्वोच्च बलिदान देता है, तो जब वो अपने प्राण त्यागता है, इसके मुंह पर एक ही मंत्र होता है, वो वंदे मातरम।
I quickly want to bring in India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal with the latest on this big story. Aishwarya, the Congress party wanted the Home Minister to authenticate his claims. Has there been a response either from the Congress or the RJD, the Samajwadi Party or the National Conference?
Well, nothing so far. And you know, we have seen, Gaurav, how there have been specific instances, 9 overall, that have been given by the Home Minister. And he specifically said that all these were the points when the opposition, which is the RJD, the Congress and the Samajwadi Party, all three parties did not give the due that Vande Mataram was supposed to be given. And this is exactly why the BJP also wanted to speak about Vande Mataram. The BJP has been saying that the entire opposition and leading from the front has been the Congress, which has not given Vande Mataram the kind of significance and the respect that Vande Mataram actually deserves. And that's the reason why we have seen Home Minister Amit Shah counting out all these areas where we have seen Vande Mataram not being given the due, not 1, not 2, but 9 overall instances at the moment. Mom from the opposition, Gaurav.
Keep tracking that story, Aishwarya. I will come back to you for more. For the moment, I want to now shift focus to the Congress party launching a frontal attack on the government on the issue of electoral reforms, with leader of opposition in Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi leading the charge on his vote chori allegation, alleging subversion of institutions, from universities to probe agencies to the Election Commission. The BJP hit right back, with Nishikant Dubey listing out instances of vote chori during the Congress regime and the appointment of election commissioners who were appointed directly by the Congress party and those who joined the Congress party after their tenure post-retirement. Our political bureau brings you our top story.
There is no bigger anti-national act that you can do than vote chori.
ये ईवीएम कौन लेकर आया? ये ईवीएम कांग्रेस लेकर आई सर।
India's electoral reforms clash explodes in parliament. Rahul Gandhi led the opposition's attack, accusing the BJP of capturing every major institution.
I have put forth adequate proof about how the Election Commission is colluding with those in power to shape the elections. RSS attempted to capture one institution after the other.
He questioned why the Chief Justice of India is kept out of Chief Election Commissioner's appointments and why CCTV footage is destroyed after 45 days.
Why was a law put in place that allows the Election Commission to destroy CCTV footage 45 days after the election? What is the need? The answer given is it is a question of data. It is not a question of data. It is a question of stealing the election.
He linked the controversy to the RSS, triggering loud protests from the Treasury benches and repeated interventions from the chair.
मेरा एक सीमित अनुरोध है नेता प्रतिपक्ष से, आप विषय पर ही रहिए। हम लोग सब बैठे हैं, गृह मंत्री जी भी सुनने के लिए बैठे हैं, लेकिन आप विषय पर नहीं बोलेंगे तो जो विषय तय किया गया है उसका क्या मतलब है?
We are going to change the law.
But Rahul Gandhi pushed on, demanding opposition access to EVMs.
Till today, we have not had access to the EVM. We are not shown the architecture of the EVM. We're not physically allowed to go and see an EVM. Give us the architecture. Give us access to the EVM.
The attack echoed across the opposition ranks.
The discussion, one second.
100% वीवीपैट की काउंटिंग हो और या जो उससे बढ़िया सलूशन है कि हमको पेपर बैलेट पे वापस चला जाना चाहिए।
सबसे बड़े सुधार की जरूरत यह है कि लोकतंत्र में फिर से भरोसा जगाया जाए। ईवीएम को हटाकर बैलेट से चुनाव कराए जाएं।
এটা সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টের অর্ডার নয়, অর্ডারটা পড়ে দিলাম।
Outside Parliament, Mamata Banerjee escalated the confrontation, tearing a central government letter on stage and calling the SIR vote ban.
আপনারা বাংলায় থাকেন, বাংলায় থাকবেন, বহাল তবিয়তে থাকবেন।
The BJP counter-attacked. Nishikant Dubey, a critic of Gandhi's, said the Congress ripped apart the constitution, captured institutions for decades, introduced EVMs themselves, and now sowing doubts.
ये संविधान कैसे कांग्रेस ने तार-तार किया, इसका कोई जवाब नहीं। यदि किसी को इतिहास के पन्नों को तोड़ना और मरोड़ना है, तो उसको कांग्रेस से सीख लेनी चाहिए।
With major elections looming, the battle over SIR, voter lists and EVMs is now a full-blown political flashpoint. The key question, will voters believe the charges or dismiss them? With Ashwarya Paliwal and Mausami Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
So India is not only the world's oldest but also the largest and the most vibrant democracy. A debate on vote chori or subversion of institutions in parliament is being watched not just across the country but across the world. And we have a panel that's joining us on the show for a wider political debate. In a moment, we will also be joined by Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner for India, on the debate in Parliament and the allegations that have been levelled by the leader of opposition. So in just a moment from now, we will be joined by Dr. Qureshi. But before that, I want to throw this open for a wider discussion and bring in our political guests on the show. Dr. Shama Mohammed joins me on the show of the Congress Party. Dr. Shama Mohammed represents the Congress. RP Singh represents the BJP. I have Amitabh Tiwari, founder of the Vote Vibe, joining us. Neerja Chaudhary is a very well-respected senior journalist and columnist joining us. Dr. Mohammed, is it a case of the pot calling the kettle black in terms of either vote chori or subversion of institutions? Nishikant Dubey has listed out former CECs either appointed directly by the Congress Party or former CECs immediately after their tenure joining the Congress Party, MS Gill, TN Sheshan. So how is it subversion of system only now, madam?
Okay, Gaurav, I'm going to start. Please don't interrupt. Let's understand how this party came up. The Bharatiya Janata Party in 2014 party with a difference. Let's not forget it. Now, for years, the president appoints the Central Election Commission with the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers saying it. And that's been the way. And whoever wanted to oppose it, they could have done it. All right. Now, the question here is, why we are picking this up? Because the way the Election Commission behaves. Now, during the Bihar elections, I remember Giriraj Singh calling Muslims terrorists. Now, he violated the Model Code of Conduct. No action. During the Jharkhand election, there was a video in which I remember that the Muslims are coming into the house of Hindus, throwing them out. There is Hemant Soren's photo and the Congress and saying that, these Guspetias are coming. No action on them. There are videos the day before Mr. Modi is sitting in prayers and it's all on TV, no action on it. So the question today is that, and let's not forget the 10,000 rupees being given when the Model Code of, I can understand before the Model Code of Conduct. When the Model Code of Conduct is on, it's been violated. No, nothing said by the Election Commission. There have been various, hate speeches, violation of the Model Code of Conduct, and the Election Commission doesn't take action on the Bharatiya Janata Party. But if the opposition violates, there is action. Number one. Okay. Then let's just listen to me. Number two is that there was a Chief Justice, right? In that, why did you remove him? Bring in an ordinance, change the laws? There was no need. Let it be. Let the Election Commission. No, but was the Chief Justice always there as part of the system? No, that's the point. But let me bring in RP Singh. Let me bring in RP Singh because let's keep this conversational, Dr. Shama Mohammed. RP Singh, Rahul Gandhi asks what's wrong, and that is what Dr. Shama Mohammed also asked. What's wrong with the CJI being part of the panel to appoint the CEC? That would ensure it's not only an impartial panel, it is also seen as an impartial panel. Now, the Congress says, or the opposition says, it's loaded against the opposition 2:1. Gaurav, I didn't finish my point, but please come back. Yes, ma'am, but we have to keep it conversational and I will come back to you. And we're just taking one point at a time. You've raised a point, I'm getting a response to that. Thank you.
But Gaurav, before this, what was the status? A phone call from Sonia Gandhi to Manmohan Singh, appoint Naveen Chawla. Naveen Chawla, who was accused by the Chief Election Commissioner himself, that man is conspiring against the Election Commission. He goes to the toilet and then makes a phone call to know we don't know who to whom, and everything is being transparent in the Election Commission. And he was very the commissioner by no less than Sonia Gandhi herself, handpicked by Sonia Gandhi. Also, sir, give me a moment. I think we'll have to reestablish our audio link with you. We seem to be having an issue with your audio link. Neerja Chaudhary, your assessment of the charges leveled by Rahul Gandhi and given Nishikant Dube's response, is this a case of pot calling the kettle black? Nishikant Dube, he led a counterattack listing out all the CECs who were appointed directly by the Congress party.
Look, what Rahul Gandhi said has expressed the concern of the opposition, in terms of certainly the way the election commissioners are appointed, which you just mentioned, the use of government agencies to influence election. He made several, the conduct of SIR itself, and as not just Rahul Gandhi, even Manish Tiwari and some of the other, Sanjay Singh of Aam Aadmi Party, made very interesting points about what concerns them. And Gaurav, what I liked about today was a vibrant debate in Parliament on the issue. Instead of the House getting washed out, which seemed to be the fear of a lot of people, there'll be a lot of halla-gulla and everything washed out in the din, as sometimes happens. But the opposition and the government came to an understanding, which I think is a plus point this time, that we will have Vande Mataram first, and then we will have on SIR and electoral, under electoral reforms, SIR also. So, and both sides have made, of course, Nishikant Dube has made the point was what used to happen in the Congress regime. Yes, That's also a fact. Not just that, in earlier years, entire, communities were not allowed to vote. I remember this in Western UP, the Dalits were not allowed to vote. And other martial communities, aggressive communities, would not even allow them to go to the voting booth. So we've moved a long way. We have a long way to go in putting institutional safeguards in place, which some of the opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, talked about when he said how are the CJI not being part of this process of how election commissioners are appointed, or election commissioners being given immunity against action. There are several points that have been made which are very, very useful. But the point is, will this have traction after today? Okay. Will there be a follow-up? Will there be some kind of a committee set up by both sides? Okay, let's look at these 5 very important points that were raised during the debate today. And what is the follow-up action that can be taken? Now, there is a lot of cynicism, Gaurav, on committees having been formed. There are at least 24 committees on election reforms that we have all gone through and seen over the years. But still, I think that given the preciousness of India's democracy, and certainly vote at the heart of it, with something that needs to be pursued and pursued again and again.
Oh, absolutely. And Amitabh Tiwari, Rahul Gandhi is saying Election Commission is captured. Congress ruled this country for 55 years. The BJP has given names of several election commissioners during the Congress era, some who were considered close to the Gandhi family or the Congress party. Now, your take on the debate in Parliament today. Was Rahul Gandhi able to send across that message that the system is being subverted, or is the message that the system was always in a certain way and there are systems of checks and balances in place?
No, essentially, if you see, Rahul Gandhi, I would say, reiterated most of the points which he has made outside of Parliament, including vote chori allegations made during 2 press conferences which he has held. The question is that there has been an improvement in the appointment of the way the election commissioner is appointed, because clearly now you have a committee. The question is largely on why CJI was removed by an ordinance, let's say, correct? So it could be a case of, or the government could argue that it could be a fit case of interference of judiciary in the executive powers of the legislature. Perhaps, I think that's the reason. Second is that the allegations made are serious. When we at Vote Vibe, we had questioned people, I think somewhere in July, August, when the first press conference was held, people did agree to the fact that allegations are serious and require an investigation.
Okay.
But to jump to the conclusion that the elections are getting rigged, I think when we asked people this question, majority of the people said no. So while allegations are serious, to jump to the conclusion that the elections are getting rigged, that's what people are not agreeing to or rejecting at this point of time. That is very clear in the minds of the people. So it is
That's a pertinent point you raised, sir. That's a pertinent point you raise, and let me get Dr. Shama Mohammed to respond to this. Dr. Mohammed, Rahul Gandhi raised the issue, for example, of the Brazilian lady. This Brazilian woman found 22 times on that Haryana list. But is it just kept at a level of allegations, or will it be pursued in courts of law? Will there be petitions in courts of law citing evidence that this is where the inaccuracy is, this is what it led to, this is where action needs to be taken?
Yeah, before I come to that, I want to correct Amitabh Tiwari. He said now there is a committee. Committee of what? The Prime Minister and a Cabinet Minister against the Leader of Opposition. So we know whose guy is going to be the Election Commission. The committee doesn't make any difference. Now, if you had the Prime Minister and and a Cabinet Minister, Leader of Opposition, another person, maybe another opposition from the Rajya Sabha, I still agree on it. But otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Now,
but that wasn't the case earlier either. So are you saying earlier it was acceptable, now it's not acceptable?
What I'm trying to say earlier, did I show you the violation of Model Code of Conduct? How many times? How is the response of the Election Commission? Now you said we have to go to
now
court.
When election commissioners join a political party, what more evidence of their influence can be found?
Why are judges joining political parties? I want to know why the former Chief Justice of India has joined the political party. Give me the answer to that. That's also dangerous.
I am raising questions. It's for you to answer.
Joining a political party. I'm completely against Ranjan Gogoi joining a political party, or for that matter, any of these Chief Justices. Now, let me get to that point. The Brazilian, why should we go to court? There is an election commission. There is Ganesh Kumar. Why is that when we are requesting him, he doesn't come out and say, listen, we have investigated. Yes, there are discrepancies. These photos will be deleted. We will give it. That's what you need to do. Even in Bihar, 1.2 lakhs of dual photographs or multiple photographs. So why don't you come and clean it up? That's what we're saying. For example, after 45 days, you delete videos. I fail to understand why, because data can be stored like anything these days. America is storing, China is storing. So why should we delete after 45 days?
In fact, I've unfortunately lost that link to former CEC. That was a question I had for him.
Finish?
But hopefully we will establish that link.
No, machine readable list, electoral list, give it to us 1 month before. I mean, we are requesting the election commission. Let the election commission be fair and square and do these things. We don't want to have a fight or anything. Let him do it. Why should we go to court? Election. Now, SIR. I think something like SIR should have been debated in parliament and got a consensus and say, let us do an SIR. You can't do an SC. You're pushing the BLOs, multiple suicides. Now, suppose Madhya Pradesh, why do you want it right now? Everything has to be done in 1 month's time. The election is not next year. So give them the time. These BLOs are not taking out school teachers. We are saying we all want a cleanup of the voter list. We are not denying that. We don't want any Guspetias to be voting in our country. I am firmly against it. I'm telling you that. But let us do it in a fair and square manner, and not the way like
RP Singh, both Dr. Shama Mohammed and Neerja Chaudhary are of the opinion that this debate should have a consensus, whether certain points opposition and government can both agree to move forward for more election reforms. Nishikant Dubey says SIR, for example, is for removing Bangladeshis. The question that the opposition asked, why were they allowed to come in? And how many have been removed in the Bihar SIR? Yeah. Also, does the EC have a response, sir? Why is this evidence kept only for 45 days and not beyond? The CCTV cameras.
They have moved to the Supreme Court on this ground, and Supreme Court has rejected their plea that yes, it has to be for 45 days. One. Secondly, 68 lakh voters were deleted from Bihar. They couldn't gather even 68 at Gandhi Maidan. 21 lakhs were added to the Bihar voter list. Well, what's the problem with that? I mean, there's a process. And if there was anything which was wrong, then do you think people of Bihar would have stayed calm? They would have come on street. I mean, every person from Bihar is intelligent enough to take up the cause. But fact is, they try to build up a narrative. Because they knew they were going to lose the election badly, they tried to build up a narrative which they failed miserably. They couldn't gather a single person. Now coming to the...
No, but you don't agree the points that Rahul Gandhi has raised. What is wrong if Chief Justice of India is a part of that committee, as was the interim measure that was put in place? So you have the Prime Minister, you have Leader of Opposition, and you have the CJI to appoint the CEC. Does that not show transparency, sir?
It means that Leader of Opposition has no estimates. I mean, he doesn't know how to conduct himself. Well, Leader of Opposition means that he will have his point of view. He can.
What are you saying?
Ma'am, I never interrupted. Please, ma'am, please. And also that what used to happen before this? As I told you, Naveen Chawla was appointed on a phone call by Sonia Gandhi, a person who was accused of conspiring against the Election Commission itself. He used to pass on information to Sonia Gandhi from Election Commission, and then it was sent by as a written note by the then Election Commissioner. So what is the history? I mean, MS Gill, TN Session, and she was talking about Ranjan Gogoi. Where has Ranjan Gogoi joined BJP? Ma'am, please correct your facts. When has Ranjan Gogoi joined BJP? Please. I mean, just don't. I mean, why have to keep spreading falsehood? कितना झूठ बोलेंगे आप लोग?
Okay, I want to quickly bring in Neerja Chaudhary issue. You've heard both sides, Neerja Chaudhary. Even the Supreme Court had rejected 100% VVPAT counting and a return to ballot paper, as some in the opposition wanted.
But not the 45
Rahul Gandhi today made several suggestions, including removal of immunity for former CECs and reintroduction of the CGI in the appointment panel. Is that
Well,
doable or is that counterproductive?
It's not that BJP has introduced this. The immunity was always there for the election commissioners.
You know,
Neerja Chaudhary, go on, ma'am.
you know, Gaurav, there is he's made a suggestion. There are counter suggestions. There are allegations which have substance. There are counter allegations about an earlier time which have also got substance. There's no doubt about that. But where does it leave you and me, the voter, as a result?
Exactly.
After today, we've heard all this. Are we going to leave it there? Where is it going to? Is my vote and my right to vote be secure? Am I going to be part of a fair and free election which I am guaranteed of, and of which I am proud? And you know, the trouble is, with some of the speakers pointed out today, the trouble is the trust deficit today. You know,
Trust
that
deficit is only on
and
TV
somewhere
debate,
I think we need
not
to
in public,
pick up
ma'am.
the thread.
Media is
No
not
matter
public at all.
One by one.
The situation
Sir,
is.
just
Not
let
at all public at all.
just let
Just
Neerja
in
Chaudhary
TV
complete a
debate.
point. I'm coming back
Just
to
in
you.
the minds of opposition and journalists like you. Not in
Hold on.
public.
No, sir, you will not make any point about any guest of mine, and Neerja Chaudhary is a very well respected journalist and analyst. Ma'am,
I personally know her, sir. I worked with her.
Gaurav, I
Yes.
didn't get that.
No. So he just felt that there was a doubt
No, so what
in
is
your
the
mind
point
and not
RP
the
is
minds of the
making? I
people.
didn't get that.
Yes, no, go on, Neerja Chaudhary. Please
Could be,
complete your point,
could be.
ma'am.
There are, you know, I have met, you see, yeah, you know, the vote chori has not become an election issue. It did not become an election issue in Bihar. We saw that very clearly. But that does not mean that one did not come across many people in the rural areas of, say, Maharashtra, और many also in Bihar, and if you ask them vote chori, वो अपने आप नहीं बात कर रहे थे. But if you say what about vote chori, हाँ, we have a doubt about this. It wasn't the central issue, it wasn't the issue they wanted to run with, but there is a doubt in their mind somewhere if you speak about it. And even a little doubt, RP, is not worthy of our democracy. I'm saying we have such talented people in our parliament today, on both sides. If there is the will, why can't we take this process forward that has been started today again? Electoral reforms, and how do we ensure that voter lists are authentic? How do we ensure people, the voters are allowed to vote, and that the election is free and fair? This is the least we can, you know, assure. Any government can assure, and it's the right of the opposition to raise questions. Oh, this is the short point I'm making. What's going to be the follow-up action after tonight?
Okay, and Amitabh Tiwari, but there's a bigger concern that the opposition has. RP Singh, I'm just coming back to you and to Dr. Mohammed. Amitabh Tiwari, there's a wider point. The opposition's worry is the government is moving according to a plan, delimitation, one nation, one election, special intensive revision of the electoral roll, and when you join the dots and carry out the three simultaneously or permanently, will it tilt the scales on the electoral map and you do so much number crunching in favor of the ruling party and alliance?
No, see, if we talk about delimitation, I think the existing delimitation or the arrangement is in place till 2026.
Yes.
There is a need for the parliament to debate on the fact whether we need to have the same constituencies by 1971 population, or we need to take into account the newer population and decide on constituencies accordingly. So it's something which will be coming up next year. It's not designed by the incumbent government in a way as such. Second is that when 8% of the voters in a state have either died or have moved permanently or shifted out, it's a significant number, and it means that we need cleaning of the electoral rolls, which the opposition is agreeing to. Even the Supreme Court has said that the ECI is well within the rights to have a SIR. See, why should opposition actually demand for a nationwide SIR? Because it will lead to tallying of the numbers. If you say 26 lakh people in Bihar have permanently shifted to other states, then some other state number should increase. Correct? So only when we have a pan-India number, we will be able to actually tally this and see that these things are in in line with what the Election Commission is saying. And the third is the one nation, one election. Now, the one nation, one election, even if you go by the draft, cannot happen before 2034. 2034 is the first year when the one nation, one election can happen. And I somehow have this feeling is that the one nation, one election actually favors regional parties, smaller regional parties. They can end up getting more Lok Sabha seats than what they should actually get because of this one nation, one election. Correct. So there is no research which points out that the incumbent government is favored in a one nation, one election. See, the problem is that when you start ascribing your losses to vote chori, control of the constitutions, rather than making your own internal studies as to what went wrong, this is where the problem, I think, is getting for the opposition. Correct.
That's a very pertinent point you raised, sir, and that is where Dr. Shama Mohammed, is it just laziness, if I may, to blame vote chori for losses and not look within that others can see through? As Amitabh Tiwari points out, as several commentators have pointed out, vote chori was a major issue for the Congress. The Yatra was a major issue in Bihar, for example. But did it become an electoral issue? Did your alliance partners agree with it? Or did they blame, even if privately, the Congress for this?
Gaurav, you are an anchor, you've been for a long time. You also do these after exit polls. Exit polls of Chhattisgarh, Congress is winning. Exit polls Maharashtra, a bit tight, but yes, the Congress team is winning. Exit poll Haryana, Congress is winning. Now, how is it? I mean, even let me finish. I did not interrupt you. Let me finish. Why are you interrupting me?
Mr. R.P. Singh, I'm coming to you immediately after Dr. Mohammed completes a point.
So what we are seeing is definitely there is a problem here. And nobody said, like Amitabh says, it's not that we are against SIR. It's the method done. In Bihar, 3 months. And you're saying that there are no, nobody's votes have been deleted. Of course, minority vote, women vote have all been deleted. We know that.
Wouldn't they have come out in complaints, ma'am? If their vote had been, we traveled, we had multiple teams traveling across Bihar.
Listen to me. Let me speak, Gaurav. So what we are saying is the method it is being done and how it is being done is wrong. See, why would we, when we have asked, Mr. Gandhi has done a press conference, he has shown evidence. Why hasn't the Election Commission ever replied to it? The issue in Maharashtra, the issue in Karnataka, come out and reply to us that they also said the SIT over there has complained has done a probe, went to the Election Commission. The Election Commission knew about it. No response. Our problem is, this is a democracy. We are putting in complaints. You respond to us. We are not putting a gun on your head. It is our right to complain to the Election Commission. And Election Commission should reply. The problem for us is, he does not reply Ganesh Kumar. He's arrogant. He calls Rahul Gandhi names. I have never seen. He keeps saying about Naveen Chawla. Naveen Chawla has never disrespected the Bharatiya Janata Party, the opposition. If you had a problem with Naveen Chawla, you should have protested it there. Every time you go to Apatkal, emergency, all the things in the history, then what are you doing? What is the difference between, what is the party with a difference?
Respond, R.P. Singh. Respond, because when Rahul Gandhi and Manish Tiwari in Parliament, they say that this is leading to widespread voter disenfranchisement, the SIR, and particularly amongst the marginalized. Dr. Shama Mohammed also spoke of women or minorities, losing their vote. They said this is the vote chori. What is it that needs to be done to assure every voter, as Neerja Chaudhary puts it, that their vote is safe if they're truly voters from our country?
Well, Gaurav, first let me answer what the Election Commission said about the claims of the Congress party. I mean, it's on their social media handles also, it has said it's fake. Whatever Congress is claiming is fake. And now if they have anything else to say,
they can move against
the Election Commission to the court. They can move against the Election Commission to the court, how accusing Rahul Gandhi as
we don't want to go to court. So court ही Supreme Court बनेगा सरकार. आप हटो ना, Supreme Court तो सरकार बनाइए. आप घर पे बैठो, सो जाइए. Supreme Court सब कुछ करेंगे.
Ma'am, you objected to him intervening. Okay, just let Mr. R.P. Singh complete his point.
What is this nonsense?
महाराष्ट्र के मामले में When you were given a big slap on your face by the Supreme Court as far as SIR concerned or as far vote Chori is concerned. Maharashtra, you went to the court and court said, move out of this place, don't waste our time. And also, let's be very clear, what are you talking about? Muslim vote, Mahila vote, what are you talking about? And I'm shocked at Neerja Chaudhary, she's such a seasoned person. She's saying, no, there is some sort of mistrust. I mean, mistrust where? Do you think Biharis or people from Bihar?
Sir, since you specifically raised a point about Neerja Chaudhary, though I've run out of time, I want Ms. Chaudhary to respond. My request is stay on the issue. Ms. Chaudhary, you want to respond? RP Singh says, where is proof that people are uncomfortable? If people were uncomfortable, they would have come forward with evidence. We are voters. Our vote has been removed.
RP, very simple, which I said earlier also, it wasn't a poll issue at all in Bihar. People didn't, when you talk to them, they were not talking about this, vote Chori as being the issue.
Oh, why would they talk?
When you
do you think Bihar?
Okay, RP Singh, just let her complete her point, sir.
They do express it. They do.
Show me a single video. I give you a challenge. Show me a single of any person who said he had to disfranchise from the Bihar voter list.
Hello. Sun to lo. RP, sun lo. It is you have a point when you say, why have they not gone to court? Why haven't the opposition parties enabled people, even if they are poor and marginalized and don't have the wherewithal, to go to court? Why have they not helped them do it? Very valid point. That's where somebody used the word lazy or not interested, just, scoot and shoot. What's up here? Absolutely. If there are, you take 10 names and you say, I was stuffed out of the list and go to court. It will, you remember Raj Narayan, he took on Indira Gandhi. So after 71 election, and she was found guilty of malpractices.
Let the Supreme Court run the nation.
Something specific has to be done, I agree. But that does not mean that people don't have doubt. I'm not saying everybody.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that
I've run out of time on this part of the debate, and there are two big stories on the other side. I have to take a break. I want to thank all my guests, but clearly this debate on in Parliament, it's a huge issue even now, and we'll be tracking this very, very closely. The police and administration in Goa have finally cracked the whip after that horrific fire at the Burj by Romeo Lane Inferno. Now, 48 hours after 25 people died trapped inside that illegal fire trap at Arpora, the state finally moved in with those bulldozers. So they've sealed a part of the premises. They've demolished the Vagator nightclub, calling it a ticking bomb built on a series of violations. The question is, when this ticking time bomb was being built on a series of violations, what was the administration doing? The local administration, the local police, senior police officers, will they be called in for questioning? Are they responsible for this? So on the Chief Minister's orders, demolition has begun on structures allegedly built illegally and in total defiance of safety norms. But the Chief Minister and his team also need to answer how could such a structure come up in the first place, and how many such ticking time bombs are there in Goa right now, because a large number of people will be heading to Goa for Christmas and New Year's Eve. Will they be risking their lives once again? Officials now say it's necessary to neutralize further risk and aid this criminal investigation. But even as the state cracks down, the spotlight squarely on the men who actually ran these properties and then ran away. Saurabh, Siddharth Luthra and Gaurav Luthra. Police are now issuing a blue corner notice. The Luthra brothers are apparently hiding in Phuket in Thailand. We get you more in this report.
Two days after a deadly fire claimed 25 lives at Burj by Romeo Lane in Goa's Arpora, government begins crackdown on restaurants not complying with norms. On the orders of Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, the authorities have demolished the nightclub, which was set up in violation of many flouted norms.
This is a completely illegal structure. There is no permit, there is no license, no permit to run a restaurant, no permit to run a shack, no permit to run a bar over here. This is a completely illegal club. Another club of Luthra brothers, and completely illegal. 25 people died there, and only after that the Goa government woke up and they sealed this property and along with other 3 properties belonging to the Luthra brothers.
While 25 people fought for their lives in the blaze at the Burj in Arpora, the owners, Saurav Luthra and Gaurav Luthra, were busy packing their bags to quietly slip out of the country. Just hours after firefighters managed to control the inferno, the Luthra brothers were comfortably seated on a 5:30 am IndiGo flight to Phuket, leaving behind the smoke, the bodies and the questions they did not want to face. As the probe picks up speed, the police are unearthing lapses one after another. Narrow entry exits, illegal construction, no safety fire clearances and negligence, non-functional fire detection and suppression systems, combustible interiors and decor, and no escape routes or ventilation in the lower levels are just a few of the violations. 5 people have been arrested so far, but the ones who should be answering first are in hiding abroad. This even as they find time to post social media messages offering condolences. A Delhi police team visited the Luthra residence in the national capital, but found it deserted.
The illegal constructed part was on the land belonging to Goa government. And for good 5 years, this club was functioning, catering to customers. Who was protecting the Luthra brothers? Why no immediate action was taken? How illegal construction was allowed? How illegal activities without any permits, without any licenses, without any approvals, how were these clubs functioning? That is the question over here. With camera person Siddesh and Ritesh Desai, this is Devesh Singh in Goa for India Today.
Big story coming in. The government crackdown on IndiGo. The government has now directed 10% curtailment of IndiGo's operations to stem this wave of cancellations that's disrupted passenger flying nationwide. So this decision comes after that high-level meeting between Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, Ministry Secretary Samir Sinha and IndiGo's CEO, where the ministry made it clear that the airline must stabilize its network immediately. So under this new order, IndiGo now has to scale down its flights, but it has to continue serving all its destinations. It has to comply with the 10% reduction mandated by Civil Aviation Ministry, which means a curtailment of about 210 flights every day for now. Officials say this is just the beginning of some of the action that is being contemplated if cancellations continue. India Today gets you more on this report.
India's biggest airline is now facing a crackdown.
DGCA adopted a phased-wise implementation plan in consultation with all the stakeholders. Phase 1 from 1st July 2025, Phase 2 from 1st November 2025. IndiGo had clearly assured full compliance with these norms and also confirmed its preparedness to undertake its winter schedule.
After mass cancellations and airport gridlock, the government has moved from warnings to hard action against IndiGo. In an unprecedented step, the DGCA has cut IndiGo's winter schedule by 5%, roughly 100 flights a day, especially on high-demand routes. IndiGo must now submit a fresh winter schedule by December 10 after nearly 1,000 cancellations in November. This is not a token measure. IndiGo has been served a show cause notice. Top bosses have been summoned. Regulators say IndiGo cannot seek approvals for schedules it cannot operate. The government is also weighing tougher options. A parliamentary probe into the nationwide disruption and even a steep financial penalty. The officials worry that an arbitrary fine could get stuck in court.
depending on the outcome, strict and appropriate action, as empowered under the Aircraft Rules and Act, will be taken. No airline, however large, will be permitted to cause such hardship to passengers through planning failures, non-compliance, or non-adherence to statutory provisions. IndiGo was ordered to issue refunds promptly, and as informed by them, more than 750 crore has already reached the passengers. As informed by IndiGo, process of refunds, baggage handling are over in its final stages. Our 24/7 control room continues to assist passengers directly whenever needed.
IndiGo CEO Peter Elbers claims operations have stabilized. He's promising prompt refunds.
We continue to work in full cooperation with the government. And now that the immediate crisis is dealt with, we started to focus internally on what has led to this, lessons learned to be drawn, and how to emerge stronger from this. We've let you down when a major operational disruption happened, and we're sorry for that. Thousands of you could not travel, and we are profusely apologetic about it.
For now, the government walks a tightrope. Travelers may face tighter availability and higher fares in the short run. With Amit Bharadwaj, Bureau Report, India Today.
Is saying sorry enough, or will action be taken against those who let the airlines, the passengers and the nation down? We'll track that story very closely.